Coffee cold, mine's woke. 2 mics, 1 code. Yeah, yeah. Scrolling through the chaos, headlines loud, hearts numb. Then I hear that drip talk, cutting through the hum. Gem with the side eye, truth stain with the data in his cup. They don't just gas up dreams, they show you how to level up. Oh, from the hustle to the headlines, from the culture to the grind. Every angle, every timeline, they lace and never waste your time. Welcome to the daily drip. Let it run, let it run, let it hit. Oh, tech and politics, stacking common sense. Turn it up, feel it in your chest. Clicking, let your future flip like describe your own ascent. Every gem, every take, every tip. Oh, yeah. They make it make sense. Yeah. Thumb tied from the doom feed, faith in rent thick algorithm playing mind games. Selling you the same quick fix, then I catch that real talk about credit scores and crypto slips. Union fights and AI rights, and why your boss be talking slick. Left lane, right lane, truth rise in the same frame. If it's cap, they call names. If it's facts, they fan flames. Oh yeah. Welcome to the daily drip. Let it run, let it run, let it run, let it hit. Tech and politics, stacking common sense. Turn it up, feel it in your chest. Clicking, let your future flip like describe your own ascent. Every gem, every take, every tip. Yeah, they make it make sense. Yeah. From your psychic to your 9 to 5, from the group chat to the bottom line. There's a late night guide through the glitch and grind. If you listen close, you gon' change your life. Change your life. Welcome to the daily drip. Let it run, let it run, let it run, let it hit. Hey, tech and politics, stacking common sense. Turn it up, feel it in your chest. Clicking, let your future flip like subscribe to your own ascent. Every gem, every take, every tip. Our daily drip, they make it make sense.
Welcome to our daily drip show. I am your co-host, Jim Jones, and I'm super surprised that y'all are here with us because, baby, it has been a night. Okay, so thank you for dripping with us. Along with me is Plain Dame. Say hello to the people with my co-host doing the most.
What's up, family? Yeah, it's one of them nights, y'all. It was one of them nights, but we here. We'll make it happen.
It's been crazy, y'all. Any kind of technical difficulty you could think of, it happened to us. So shout out to y'all. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Appreciate you being here. Shout out to Gabe.
What up, Gabe?
Gabriel being in the chat.
What up, Gabe?
All right, y'all. So this is gonna be a super duper brief show. Super brief. So go ahead and hit that like button. Hit that like button. Because man, it's been a day. Why is this already going? Man, I'm telling you, anything that could go wrong, y'all went wrong. So today we're going to be a treat show. We are going to hop around with no specific order today because everything's been chaos. So we're going to go ahead and just keep the chaos rolling. So first, we're going to go ahead and start talking about mass immigration. If I can get this to even listen, y'all. As you can see, it's not even trying to pull up for me. Like, what is going on here? It has been a day. All right, so I guess we're not doing that one first. Like, what is going on today? Sometimes, y'all, you just gotta laugh. Shout out to Cash.
What I will say is that because of the skirmish, as our president says, a lot of infrastructure overseas has been attacked. So AWS, for example, has been a target in some of these spaces. So if you are part of cloud services, you will experience lag in some spaces, in some places. This very well could be one of those moments. And
you know what? You're right.
They're trying to break us down, y'all. They try to attack
one live stream at a time is crazy.
right there.
So
I mean, we're not gonna be prioritized stateside, so that'll be one thing. Okay, well, for Russia, all right.
Got one of the most dangerous co-hosts on this bitch, and one of the smartest engineers in the game. You know.
So we're gonna go ahead.
Here don't care.
I appreciate it. Shout out to Plain Name, y'all. So look, first we're gonna talk about the student loan interest. So if you're not in America, I don't really know how they do education system over there as far as like post-graduation from high school. But over here, you go to school, hopefully you got the cash to pay for school, or you pick something that you have scholarship for. But if you don't, people take out student loans. And with these student loans comes interest. And with the interest and the student loans, they come from the government. Okay, so what's been happening? Trump came in and said, listen, y'all not gonna come through and just spend all this money, and the money you owe me, you gonna pay this money, and you're gonna pay all this money. And people are like, hold on, wait, what's going on? This is not fair. So as of, I think it was like July 1st, people had to pick a new plan if they were in the Biden Save plan. And he said, ain't no save plan, nobody's saving you. Ain't nobody saving you. Save yourself, sign up for the RAP plan. Well, people are mad about that. So a new bill has come to fruition. We're gonna hear a little bit about it to see if this can possibly pass. Don't know if it will, but hey, let's hear some more about it.
Interest on student loans. That's the goal of a new bill here in Congress. It would refinance all interest for current borrowers who still have federal loans to 0%. Now, this wouldn't apply to private loans, but the big question now is, how is it paid for? Currently, interest payments are used to operate a federal student loan program. Now, this bill creates a new Department of Education trust fund funded by borrowers paying their principal loan. The government then takes that money and invests it into municipal and treasury bonds. The returns on those bonds will then pay to run the federal student loan program. Now, it's unclear what would happen if the market underperforms and the return on investment is below what's needed to run the program. But if the investments do well, the bill says any additional revenue would be used to increase the amount of Pell Grants and provide competitive grants to support college completion and retention programs. Now, access to that trust fund only applies to universities that don't raise their tuition by more than 2%. And depending on financial need, future borrowers would pay interest anywhere between 0 to 4%. No interest on student loans. That's
Do we not like? Drop some in the chat, let us know. Maybe you don't care. But here's the thing on that. Student loans, right? How people paying interest on money that they paid into? Let me bring it back a little bit. If it's tax money that goes into how the loans are like pretty much like funded, if you work and you pay taxes, then you basically paying the taxes multiple times. Why are we putting interest? Go back to one of our other live streams. One of the things we have proposed is there's a lot of people who, I don't know, don't come from the United States. Maybe they should pay extra for it. Why are people inside the United States paying interest on loans? Now, do they have to pay back the money they borrowed? Sure, absolutely, that's principle. But why are we charging interest to people who are putting back into our economy? They ain't gonna do nothing but spend it back in the economy. That's where I'm at with it. Like, I'm all for no interest, although I had issues with this because it's put money into the treasury, which means you basically betting on America to make your money back. And if they don't make money back, then that means other people can't go to school with the same money that you've been putting in. So that's
the grift. That's the grift right there.
So there's always some strings attached to the bills. Okay, and no matter who proposes it.
Not to mention, look at what's going on with Howard right now. It's 500 of their students pretty much are they like, you guys didn't got to pay off the rest of whatever it is you started paying on, and they're like unenrolling folks. More on that to come.
They're unenrolling them because they don't have the money to pay their tuition.
Well, basically, they all got letters in regards to how it's supposed to have been paid, and come to find out, the university wanted more money than what they supposedly got letters stating. So, it's over 500 students unenrolled today.
Oh, so they were like, yesterday's price is not today's prices, essentially what she's saying.
No, they were saying, oh, we had it in the letter out. It's outlined in the letter that you guys were gonna have to pay a certain amount before they enter school. A lot of people didn't understand that. So when they got there, they was like,
before you enter school.
Right.
Okay.
They're like, yeah, it's out of our hands. They like, it's out of our hands. You know, it's
It's
above
above
us
me
now.
now.
I'm like,
above
damn,
me.
Howard? Yeah, so we'll
They
probably
want
speak
the
to
money
that
up
in a
front.
couple weeks.
Yeah.
We'll speak to that in probably next week or something. But this story is developing. It's actually starting to go viral now. But it kind of tailors into what we're talking about here with these student loans. It's crazy what's going on these campuses with this stuff.
Should
Go
you
ahead.
kill Bill, right? Kill that student loan bill.
Yeah.
Kill that interest. Student loan interest elimination would act like essentially refinance to existing student loans, right? Back to 0%. And so to stop future federal loans from compounding. That's really what's been siphoning, we'll say, maybe in your upper 40s to your late 20s, like that demographic. That's a whole generation of people who won't be able to attach to the American dream. So you turn it into straight principle, at least you know you can lop off some of that lifelong tax. Now some people, you know, they're lifelong students, so they went and got that damn PhD with no grants, no nothing else, and you know they might be sitting after 15 years in upper college, end up with $300,000-$400,000. So that's already a house, right? That's a 30-year mortgage. But at least they have a attempt at lopping off some of that. But you know, Newsweek's breakdown where millions of borrowers will cut payments by thousands of dollars over the life of the loan is good, because they'll no longer be feeding interest to that machine every month. But the real shift is structural with this one, because Washington moves off of profiting off the interest spreads to just recover the principal, which exposes how much the old student loan system was about revenue more than about education. So that's really the line there. So if you're listening, you know, with debt on your back, this bill is the difference between being struck on or stuck on a treadmill and having the balance where you can actually, you know, run it down instead of having to run up on your ass. So it's not helping students. It's finally admitting that the interest was essentially a silent shakedown. So, you know, it's good. Plus, things that we pay into as taxpayers. I remember back in the day, you used to be able to go to the track at the school inside the gym. You used to be able to go to the library as a person in the community to use the facilities. Now, people say, you know, that things are weird now. You shouldn't. Nah, forget that. I want to be able to use that. If I'm paying taxes, then let me get a card or whatever, and so I have to pay for a gym membership then outside of the hours that is being used by school. Yeah,
we used to hoop everywhere, man. Visiting schools, it didn't matter. We was able to go work out in certain facilities. If they had a swimming pool, we was able to swim. Like now, it's like they charge for everything, or they're just like, you're not welcome because you're not a student or whatever. But I'm like, tax dollars is going into this. I feel like that stopped maybe.
It had to be 2000s. It had to be a little bit in.
Yeah, it had to be like the 2010s.
It was like, I think it was around the Rona.
No, it was before that.
Before that.
Before that.
Yeah, because you know the group of guys. You know, you always had the group of guys that got together before they all got big bellies and got old as shit. They all were like, "Yo, we about to go hoop." Everybody got $5. Everybody got $5. Like what? For what? Oh, it's gonna cost us this amount to go do this. I'm like, let's find an outside park, and then you start going to outside parks, and those they was packed out because people couldn't go to the universities no more and hoop on the good hoops. So it's like,
I meant like even back in the day where you used to be able to go to the high school and do it.
yeah, that was another thing. Because high schools were kind of almost like recreational facilities.
Exactly.
They started closing those off. So I don't know, y'all. This is crazy.
Yeah, I was just reading some more into it, and it wanted to note that the difference between income-based repayment, just before we wrap this up, income-based repayment is that no matter what your balance was after public service or income-based repayment, they just wipe that. So you owe $10, you owe $100,000, you owe $500,000, they wipe it. With what the new bill proposes is that they ain't wiping nothing. They ain't wiping the principal. Whatever you took out, you gonna pay every dollar back. We just ain't gonna add extra money on top.
Yeah, I mean, to me, that's kind of fair. You start looking at what it costs for your degree at that point, because it's not like some fictitious car payment at that point. It's like having a better look at your car value, right?
Right.
If I don't got to pay, if I'm not paying anything but principal, what does my payments actually look like to lop off a $25,000 car, right? I can add in 1,000. That's only 25 months. I gotta do this bid.
Right.
I'm gonna start looking at a school where I can pay it off in 12 months. So
right.
Let me do this 2-year school, see how it works. At least I can work at McDonald's and still be able to pay off this 2-year bid. Go back again in for another 2 years, and you'll get people actually functionally being students at that point and being weary of how much stuff costs. But then we'll get away from those inflated values on what it means to be a student and what's the return on investment, actual investment. What is my degree worth?
Right.
Is
you remember when we
first
started looking at schools? You remember that? Cassius Pay, like he was making decisions based off of who was gonna give us the most money. You know what I mean? Like
that's all I did.
I mean, that's what all the smart people did. I know you other people that went to school. I went to St. Clair University. graduated from these streets. You know what I mean? But bottom line is, all of my peoples and people I were dating at the time, they were all getting ready for school. Everybody said the same thing. It wasn't about no prestigious college. Who gonna give us the moolah to go there? Where's it gonna be? Where I matriculate, is it gonna be affordable for me? Am I gonna be swimming in debt after this? These kids don't even think like that anymore. They don't even, it almost wasn't even given a chance to even examine it that close. You know what I mean? So like this actually, like you mentioned, with them lopping off a great deal of the cost, maybe this might start
the actual value if it works.
And really it boils down to the parents. We had good parents. Our parents was paying attention to shit like that. These parents are like, get out and giving them the boot gold. Sure, you're gonna owe some money to somebody. I'm like, we gotta be a little bit more conscious about that.
I would say, mama pay. She didn't care. She was just like, are you going here or are you going there? I was like, I'm going wherever I owe some money. Mama pay was a little different though. Yeah,
I'll say that.
You do it okay. You make it. You work. You do it.
We're all right. We ain't no shortage over here.
I'm like, I'm not signing nothing because the first time I saw it was like Pell Grant and all this other stuff, and then all of a sudden it was like, okay, how much is school and how much they give me? How much am I short? $18,000? No, I ain't going there. It's in Florida though. I don't give a damn.
Yeah. My man Cassius Pay was treating college like death row contracts. He was like, oh hell no, we ain't signing. I remember them days. That was an interesting time. I remember that. He was like, I ain't going there. I'm going here. He said the gas mileage is going to be fine. I can drive there.
Well, you know what? That's a good segue for what happens to a lot of people in college. I'm going to go ahead and right here.
And cartoons.
Hey.
Drinking. Interracial.
Ready?
Lead the way.
And now she's 30.
Oh, no.
It's coming this spring.
It's time to settle down now and find me a good man that will take care of me and my kids. I'm looking for a man who is 6 feet tall and makes over $100K.
No matches? Oh, why can't I find a good man?
Don't worry, babies. We will have someone to take care of us soon.
A single mom. He partied hard.
Hey, yo.
Now, it's
I
also
put
a
this-
slight at what they call, women who of a certain persuasion. That, as you can see, they did a slight on a, we'll say, a darker hued male, talking about somebody's gonna be a single mom. So,
Right.
yeah, I caught the little slight in there.
Yeah. I threw that in my story and caught a lot of
I mean, if you're going to school for the wrong reasons, right? You're taking out this debt, you're going to go party. I mean, baby, you could have worked your job and still went to the party. Honestly, you didn't have to take the debt.
right.
Because if you was gonna mess with somebody, like you was supposed to find the NFL player or somebody if you was gonna do all that. But you could have still stayed off campus and went to work and just act like you could have did the new from ATL. You know what I'm saying? Act like you go to school there, but you don't go to school there. You know what I'm saying?
Man, listen.
There's a whole bunch of people that do that.
I'm just saying that's the smartest chicks of all, in my opinion. Like you was debt free doing the same thing. Some of y'all in debt, $10, $20, $100,000. Yeah.
Hey,
should have went on down there and danced.
The bottle girl always land the player that makes the league minimum. The twerking bartender might get a quarterback for a season.
I'm just saying, they ain't gotta go. I know somebody right now who did not go to college. She's been a bartender since forever, it feels like. And she got her own business now, and she is doing quite well with a high school degree. She was at the party. She knows celebrities and so forth. She is quite fine. And she was like, I just knew college wasn't for me. Like, I'm not gonna sit in the class. But I'm definitely still getting let football players smack fire. Like, okay, well, save a lot of money.
Damn, listen here though, Jim. The cute bartender is the equivalent to the stripper that ain't got to take their clothes off. They still attract the crowd. People still can't wait to get there to see them. They gonna get drunk and stare at them.
The hostess? Ain't that the hostess?
I mean,
the person would be there with no clothes on, basically, but greeting people ain't doing none of that.
I mean, the thing is with the bartenders, they at least getting paid under the table a lot of times. You know, they ain't reporting all of their income. So those be the ones who actually can start that decent business if they're smart enough, if they learn how to save
hold
their
on
money.
to for that. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of them do start that, you know, they get that TikTok shop, you know, they get the good I don't know, you know, they might want to start selling some stuff on the side. They might have cups, they might even do their own drinks. You know, they get creative, the bartenders do.
If we're gonna pull it back to like the single mom thing, so you know, the data on that is pretty blunt when it comes to single mom territory, right? Where the households carry higher poverty rates, more poverty over time, worse health, worse educational outcomes. The formula, it just works on that, but the cost is way more than, you know, what we want to admit when it comes to that. The culture celebrates the look, right? I can handle it on my own. I could do all that, but the numbers don't math, right? It just normalizes the male absence, and it makes burnout feel like a brand and not a warning sign to the situation. So, you know, if you watching this with the, you know, in that single mom territory, I really wouldn't think of it as a flex. Relationships matter, and being able to work in tandem really does help. I would say, you know, a two-parent household, if you can. Sometimes it ain't meant to be. Sometimes it's worse having that dude in the house.
Y'all be in an abusive
or the
relationship.
woman in the house.
Girl, get out.
Yeah, hey. Just because you made 3 poor choices, don't make 5. It's just that simple. I mean, you just got you in it to win it now. You got it. You got 3 more fences you may have to jump over to get to where you need to be. You know, kids become, you know, unspoken little poor roommates and hurdles that's gonna make you have to hustle a little harder. But it also should build some discernment in your choices as well. How many times can we keep choosing wrong? You know. And yeah, men do fake it and do play games and do give you the charming fellow until they get you into the sheets. And then they might become who they really are. But You've been down that road a few times. We rooting for you. Just know that.
I mean, also take accountability in that. You want to lay down just as much as you already know that might be what that dude only wants. Take measures to protect yourself from those situations on both sides.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
also know when you're dealing with a homosexual too.
Whenever people say,
or a DNA bandit, because
you should get
to do that.
You're getting to whatever age. Like I always remind young women, like, listen, at the end of the day, do you really like kids? I do. Okay. Do you like them enough that if it's you and this baby that you're gonna be good? Because there's a chance it's you and this baby. And if you're not cool with it being you and the baby, whether you a married single mom, which I don't know how familiar y'all are with that, but a married single mom, a single mom in the house where you have a man who steps up and wants to do stuff. There's guys who just feel like they need to go to work and that's all they do. They ain't responsible for taking care of the kid. You don't know what that situation gonna be like. At the end of the day, baby, are you good with, at the end of the day, is you and this baby, you gonna do whatever it takes to make sure you and this baby is good. Your significant other could get hurt. Like nobody thinks about that. Boom, your man a quadriplegic. Boom, you got a baby and a quadriplegic man.
Right.
Your whole
Also
life
understand.
changed. Like there's nothing he can do about that. Like, are you good? Like you need to be at peace with yourself, that you're happy with the situation, that you understand that. People don't be real about that.
Yeah.
They don't be
Like
real.
that football player.
Nobody ever says that. No one says that.
I got ALS recently, right? In like a matter of 2 to 3 years, he went from tackling and doing whatever and making millions to now he can only move his eyes. And his wife had to take off from work and they're in a whole nother position, just trying to live life as
They got like 3
gracefully
kids.
as he can. Yeah.
It get real fast. It get real
Exactly.
fast. And also understand, that's why I said discernment is king, y'all. 2% of the population fertilize the whole damn world in certain instances. Can't keep thinking that he ain't taking care of 2, but he gonna take care of you. It just don't work that way. Sorry.
Speaking of the population, good segue. Let's talk about mass migration. Because a lot of times the United States gets flack on migration, right? And ICE and immigration be like, oh, y'all don't let nobody be here. Well, first of all, y'all don't let nobody be in there. I'm talking to you, rest of the world. Because you can't just, some of these countries, you can't just be like, hey, I visited and I liked it here and I'm going to go ahead and stay and find a job. They'd be like, so you ain't got one today? No, I'm going to find one. You need to go back to wherever, go home till somebody sponsor you. When you get this, then you come back.
Oh, they were Johnny
Don't come.
was here
Don't
on
come.
the dock.
Take
Don't
him to the
come.
border.
So
Get
He
him out of here.
wanted to get a job.
Send him to
A
Istanbul.
job.
You like, damn.
Yeah.
America gets a lot of flack on it, but let's listen to some of these other countries. Let's hear what kind of beef they got going on. Okay, it ain't just America up over here. They beefing in these other countries.
Wrong. This debate is both factually and morally wrong. Wrong, wrong, wrong. And 2 factual wrongs you will find already in the name of this debate. There is no mass migration to Europe. In fact, there is a 66% drop in the applications of asylum. And the second wrong is the EU-wide data shows that sexual violence is committed by EU nationals, by men who are known to the women in their own homes.
That took a dark turn real quick.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
they going by proximity, whatever's closest.
So here
Still
we go.
bad.
She
Yeah.
gonna keep it going.
Common denominator is spelled M-E-N, men. That is where the wrong is. The far right are twisting facts into ignorant, hate-fueled portrayal of migrants. Correlation does not equal causality. Women rights organizations are rejecting your cynical weaponization of our pain for your racist agenda. I have my voice. Don't you dare claim to represent it. wrong.
Whoa.
That was just like one big ass left speech, like
Right.
mishmash together.
Yeah.
Men, patriarchy, racism.
Man,
Like
But
in
you
about
only
five
ever
sentences.
hear,
hey,
but
Five
you
lines.
only ever hear that in America. That was like,
Right.
ooh.
they said they've been watching CNN. We gonna try some of this shit over
Get
here.
it? It was a collage of anger
Man,
and feminine energy.
Have you ever seen that movie, Distinguished Gentleman, with Eddie Murphy when he was giving the speech? He was just taking a bunch of different pieces of different speeches.
Just
That's
putting
not
that
what
shit
your
together.
country can do for you. There's nothing to fear but fear itself. If you can't
Yes.
stand the heat, get out the kitchen. Live free or die. In conclusion, read my lips. Like that's what she was just doing.
So here's
And
the
back
thing
off,
that
sir.
we're-
Don't speak for me and the
Don't
women
break,
that I
don't break
represent.
me. What? Wait a minute. We talking about migration, not graping. Where this come from?
So
MEN.
MENSEX. Men sex.
so let's look at America, right? In America's context, it's the criminals and the rapists and all those things. And so what I'm packaging over there is that they're like, yo, we don't need all these people migrating here. Like, we're good. And she's like, no, y'all blaming them for XYZ when it's not. It's the men's. It's the men's. The men's are
Last
going
time
over
I
here.
checked, men were migrants too.
Right.
She meant the local. She said she was specific. She said it's the local men and women were the ones doing the most heinous of crimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Far
So she was
right,
like-
far right MEN too, to be exact.
So we gonna all the way politicize it. Yeah.
Yeah. Listen.
I
She
just
sound
find it
like
interesting.
she learned English.
Like, how do you
watching
know
The
what their
View.
political affiliation is? Do they even vote?
She was
when they
watching
doing
The
all these
View,
crimes?
and she was like, I'm gonna learn everything they saying, and I'm gonna repeat this ish back when I get in over here. I can't wait to open my mouth.
Right. Like get my close-up ready for the gram, because I'm about to go in.
Don't
Go
mute
ahead.
me.
Mix it together. Remix.
I'm about to drop my mixtape. Iceman. Like, whoa, wait a minute. What are you? The hell this got to do with mass migration?
I just found it interesting because America gets a bad rap as if we're the only ones beefing about not having people come in through the borders. And as we see, that's not in fact true. And so just drop some drip in the comments. Are you from another country than America? Do you think that it's migration is disrupting your ecosystem? Or do you think that is helpful in having different people's views and different people come and get opportunity? Or do you think you don't have a problem with it, but you want more regulation?
Right.
I'm gonna keep it real when it comes to like the situation where, you know, Abir Al-Shalmini, like she's hammering in like an uncomfortable stat about gender-based violence like as a problem. I get it, especially over in the other side of the pond, right? Perpetrators are overwhelmingly men. But I'm gonna bring in another scenario on this, because the only ones that usually get booked in these cases of quote unquote violent crimes would be men. Women fight just as much as men. They fight each other and they fight dudes. And a lot of times they don't even go to jail. They don't get consequences. Yeah, exactly. They don't even get consequences for slapping the dog shit out of somebody. They be like, all right, go walk it off. Like now, you know, a dude got to be like, no, I want to press charge. No, you don't mean that, do you? You mean that, Steve? You a bitch.
Or look,
Steve. Like, huh?
Or look, they catch that tourist and they blow that little fairy dust in their face and make them want to go to an ATM and clean out their account, you know, and they wake up the next day with some stitching on their stomach and they can't find they
the kidney gone, allegedly.
All of that. And then it's like, hey, I want to report a crime. Why? What happened? Sound like
you're alive, aren't you?
You sound like you're a bitch. Sound like you're still breathing. Do you still have penis? Like, whoa, wait a minute.
Did they take that too?
Exactly. I was attacked. By whom? What is his name? It was a her. Like, Don't matter. Don't matter. It was the MENs.
I just find it interesting. I didn't think that other places besides America would be in similar views, but
man, they get busy on C-SPAN. If you ever sit out and watch C-SPAN, they get busy. They might be fighting in Parliament on certain days. They be in each other's faces like this. You be like, whoa, where did they learn this stuff? This like baddies.
Yeah, C-SPAN. That was the only place where you could hear the president's speech. It was like pay-per-view. Everybody's going. What the president said on pay-per-view was, it was crazy.
Turn the TV off.
Right. Turn the TV off. Turn the TV off.
Turn the TV off. Crazy.
So speaking of other countries, NDAA. Let's hear what is overall about briefly, and then we'll talk about what's going on in current state.
In the United States, the President commands the military, but Congress authorizes its use and existence, and the National Defense Authorization Act, or NDAA, is the law that does it. The NDAA provides congressional authorization for the Department of Defense and nuclear programs under the Department of Energy. Contrary to popular misconception, the NDAA does not actually fund any part of the DoD, but it does define what the DoD is allowed to do and sets guidelines for what they can buy, sell, or transport. For example, the NDAA authorizes the overall end strength of the U.S. military, or the number of soldiers, sailors, airmen, and Marines each branch is allowed to have. And it authorizes what those services can spend money on. If the Air Force wants to buy a new aircraft or replace an older model, Congress uses the NDAA to say how many planes they can buy and how many they can get rid of.
Now, before we get too nasty, get into that funky, why are we bringing this up? Well, as of recent, there was a bill that came through where the NDAA is, I would consider an expansion or maybe a modification that allows Israel to kind of merge more so than wait for allocation of resources. So as we look at this from that, remember, this is why it's a big deal about the NDAA, because if the NDAA is over the distribution of the subset, then
you're bringing up a good point.
You're bringing up Israel with this, because it didn't say it funded. It's about how much is allocated. That's where the key is in this.
We talk a lot about stocks and ETFs. You would consider this more so if we were talking business. Your 401k. This is aligning which ETFs are being bought and sold. That your 401k is your 401k. You don't get to control it usually on what stocks are being bought, and this is the ETF that is being.
Oh, we got a stock one coming up next too.
Yeah, but I'm just trying to lay it out in that kind of sense where how everybody was up in arms about not Tesla but SpaceX getting ready to go on everyone's 401ks because it would have been pulled into the system through NASDAQ. And so this is the same thing. Is effectively going around the budgetary measures that need to take place because of our peach through strength, right? It's a funding stream for defense contractors, and that's foreign basing and emerging tech that lets the U.S. shape other countries' choices without a declaration of war as well. So all these dollars here is a signal. What gets funded? AI targeting, drones, forward presence. It tells you where the U.S. plans to lean on or planning with specific allies, which Jim is getting into, or rivals. And it's all, about the citizens in name of security. So it's going around the citizens. So it's not just supporting the troops or keeping us safe. We're skipping the real story when it comes to the annual playbook of the America First power projection versus corporate profit. So if you're watching as a citizen or as an investor, you should be asking who gets paid and who gets pressured, not just who's clapping for the flag.
Right.
Like and subscribe.
Let's keep on letting them go. We'll talk a little bit more about NDAA.
Funding the Department of Defense is accomplished through a different process called appropriations, in which Congress earmarks money for the DoD's operational structure and activities. Since the 1970s, the NDAA has become what many deem must-pass legislation, ensuring uninterrupted protection for the nation. And because it is among the only legislation guaranteed to pass each year, many other non-defense initiatives are attached to what should be an exclusively defense and nuclear bill. Some refer to this as the NDAA Christmas tree, hanging items on a bill to provide gifts from members of Congress in their districts. Although it's also an example of Congress explicitly authorizing agency actions, instead of abdicating its oversight responsibilities as it often does with other executive branch agencies. The annual process of constructing and passing the bill is often referred to as the NDAA cycle. Each year, the two committees of jurisdiction, the House Armed Services Committee, or HASC, and the Senate Armed Services Committee, or SASC, build separate versions of the bill, driven by their committee chair and its members. The cycle starts in January as individual offices compile lists for what they want to see in the bill. Representatives and senators with a base in their district or a defense manufacturer in their state list out their priorities. These are distilled in subcommittees of the HASC and SASC to form a final version that the committee releases in spring, called the Chairman's Mark, or just the Mark. In the summer, these two bills are voted out of their respective committees and sent to the floor, where representatives and senators who are not on HASC or SASC have their first opportunity to submit amendments to the bill. Each chamber will spend a week debating amendments and eventually voting on the bill right
this is
before
where we're
recess
at now.
in August. In theory,
There you go.
this provides members time to go back to their districts and states and hear complaints or comments on the bill. As members reconvene in the fall, a conference is formed of senators and representatives from HASC and SASC to reconcile differences between the two versions. The final version is released for a final round of amendments and votes, ending with NDAA passage just before Christmas. For 70 years, Congress has passed an NDAA every year, making it one of the only pieces of legislation that routinely passes with bipartisan support.
Christmas. Oh, Christmas tree type of stuff.
Christmas in July.
Christmas in July. That's interesting. So just keep that in mind as we watch this unfold. Reach out to your representatives. Reach out to those who are elected. Let them know what you think. Maybe you're cool with it. I'm not cool with it though, because I don't feel like, I'm just going to go ahead and throw it out there. No shade. Straight, just give it to you straight. No country should be a part of how many people we have in our military, period. They should not be part of any of that. I don't care who you are. No country should be a part of another country's personnel for protection. No. I would love to know. Drop some drip in the comments, y'all. Let me know. Do you think another country should come in? Okay, it's like this.
What do you mean? We're allies. We're allies.
Okay, hold on. You at home? Your homeboy don't knock on your door. He just walk in. He make himself a plate. Your wife in there, bro. It's 11 o'clock at night. It's 11 o'clock at night. Your wife coming out with a robe on. And he like, it's cool. It's cool. I'll be here. Don't worry about it. We know you wear your nightgown at night. Plain dang. Your homeboy come in your house. He just open up your fridge, making a sandwich. 11 o'clock at night with your whole family, kids, everybody in the house. Kicking up. Chilling on your couch. You come, hey, what's good, man? Hey, man, we go way back. You good, man. Listen, you already know I got you, man. I got that new internet. Don't even worry about it. Bro, internet, you just walk to my house. Like, don't worry about it. I know your wife upstairs. I'm gonna go your bathroom upstairs. Let's say you only got one bathroom, it's upstairs with your wife at with that robe on.
We got a bathroom.
We got a bathroom. I'm finna see that wife. I'm finna see that wife. I'm finna see that wife.
Damn, what you want to wear when you headed to the upper room, man? Let me know.
It's the same thing.
What we wearing to the funeral? Trying to figure out what. I'm gonna be fly as hell. What you gonna wear in that casket? Let's figure it out.
What you mean? Wait a minute. We signed the document. Wait, we signed that document. Yeah, I bring the internet. You let me in your house with everything in it.
Your signature was so pretty on that death certificate. That bitch was raw. I gotta learn how to do that little calligraphy you did. That little boom. That little boom you did there. That shit was cold, brother. You see this pistol? I just got it. It's nice. We got a nice pistol, don't we? Why are we aiming it at we?
That's crazy though. Like, you having a party, homie just pull in and just walk up, start eating off the barbecue. Nobody invited him. It's your homeboy, but this is a family gathering. It's cool. It's cool. I brought the grill for you. But wait a minute, you brought me this grill as a gift. It don't matter though. I brought the grill. Let's go ahead.
Right.
What?
Or you the fourth child who daddy the only one that pay child support. The other three kids talking about mama. What we getting? We all going school shopping. She talking about some What?
I came from my son.
That's for me.
I came from my son.
Mama, that's mine. No, that's ours.
Nah.
It came into our house.
I gotta stay at my house. That's gotta stay at my house from now on.
Daddy pull up with food. They all standing there to myself. What he get us? What he get us?
One French fry.
Oh, Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree.
That's crazy, y'all.
It's essentially Black Friday for the defense bill, and it's also Black Friday for those of us who don't want to be aligned with other countries militarily. It does, like, one thing to be allies, but it's another thing to be forced into that for, the quote unquote greater partnership. It's not necessary.
Yeah,
it's not necessary. There's already things that are happening that most of the country doesn't agree with. So why would our leaders want to do that? Do they know better than 70 to 80% of the country?
Right.
You let me know that.
The Ukraine stain didn't wash out.
Exactly.
The Ukraine stain did not wash out. We still pissed about that. He was showing up in G.I. Joe clothes talking about some, give me the money. What?
Right. Billions.
Right. Y'all
that
got
comedian
it.
Went militant real quick.
Y'all got it.
Well, y'all, with all this war talk, the last thing we gonna drip into is a little bit of that financial drip. Cause listen, there's a lot going on. So y'all know we love the Wall Street Trapper. Shout out to Wall Street Trapper. If you don't follow them on Instagram, please do that, because they over here shadow banning my guy. They went through, or not Instagram, maybe technically, yeah. Like Meta, he had a whole thing where they hacked his email and he had to go call Meta and all this extra stuff. It was doing a lot, but got his account back. So shout out to him. So
helping too many people. that's what he
said.
Many people. Yeah.
That's what he said. So shout out to him. We want to go ahead and give him a shout out. Yep, give him a shout out. So what he's talking about is it is very much a war in Iran. Y'all call it anything any different?
Skirmish.
The skirmish.
That was the last name. That was called skirmish.
That sounds like West Side Story. Like it was a skirmish. No,
I want to be in America. I want to be in America.
A little dust up, a little skirsh.
So he said, look, as long as this war is happening, y'all got to be locked in, because definitely look at some of these energy stocks. He's talking about what the playbook was from earlier in the year. And he's going to give some insight into some things you can look at. He said the 10-year treasury is considered the most important one, crossing 4.5, and now it's at 4.7. So the cost of borrowing increased. He said, so oil over $100 a barrel. It's not good. Of course, not good. No, it's over $100 a barrel. You can go ahead and look at your gas. Shout out to the lady who commented and asked, where are you at? Because I'm getting gas for low $3, girl. Shout out to you. Because now I got gas, like I said, I got gas for, what was it, $5? Like I was gloating, like, oh, at Costco, I got it for $3.50. Boom, should have shut up, because now it's $5.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you gonna pay that Hormuz tax.
And that's at Costco. I can't imagine what y'all paying.
Tax.
I can't imagine what y'all paying at them other gas stations. Boy, you
that's
better
that
go
money.
Get you one
that's
of
that money machine that's going.
Moves. Right.
Yeah.
Craziness.
Talking about how much is gas? $5 a gallon. How much? $6. Like what? What
You said?
Say it again. $6.50. Like what? 6, 7. Like damn.
Not 6, 7 is crazy.
Yeah.
So
basically,
what he notates is 2 weeks ago was $70, not $100. 2 weeks went from $70 $100. So he said, look, same playbook. He said the tech markets get weaker, but defense and energy get the rotation money. So companies like Chevron, Exxon, Conoco, thank you, Conoco, Phillips, or XLE ETF. So I'm assuming that's some type of ETF for
energy,
like energy. Well, yeah. So I don't know that one, but yeah, that's something he said take a look at, and then he shows y'all the charts.
Spider, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Chevron.
Look at that.
2 years ago, it was less than $100.
It was so cheap.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yep. So people, if they started in 2023, 2024, you already would have doubled your money already and didn't do anything.
Right.
Because for a minute, it was energy stocks was taking a beating, especially as COVID was winding down. People weren't driving as much.
Mm-hmm.
Gas stocks, they were on the low, and at that time, some of your favorites, that was Warren Buffett. He went in and he piled in on Chevron at the time. So the market is always a forward mechanism. So when you're looking at today's measures, you have to look at what the downstream impacts could be. So Iran shutting or constraining the Strait of Hormuz locks up the corridor, and that carries around about again, we already know this because we've said it a million times, because everybody's already said it, 1/5 of the global chunk of gas. Every ship struck, that's a live data point on the supply risk that happens. But markets, they don't need a press conference for this. They see the tanker traffic just like everybody else does now with the yellow and green tankers that are going on these damn maps. Risk premiums are going up. That's also insurance premiums that are going up to insure these tankers. Ship routes. It turns into volatility on oil futures.
It's been a long night, y'all.
Energy equities, that's freight. So we already know what freight is. That's big box, big packaging. That's food that goes from here to there to your grocery store. Everything whose business model assumes that there's cheap fuel, which there isn't now. So consumption, it has to fall or reroute. That means repricing for safe energy types of plays, right? So it exposes firms that are leveraged, and it rewards whoever hedged or diversified away from a single choke point or exposure when it comes to this. So what do you do if you're an investor? Hormuz isn't a map location. It's just a stress test. It shows how much portfolios are built for geopolitical friction. Which ones assume smooth seas forever? If the strait is blocked, you know that you'll find out who's lying to themselves when it comes to how these plays are being laid. Stay safe. This is not financial advice.
Definitely not financial advice. No.
No.
That's the last thing we got for tonight, y'all. Y'all got anything else you want to drip on? Plain name? Anything you want to add? Anything you want to do? Anything? Do you want to touch the landlord thing, or no? You good?
No, we good. All I'm gonna tell y'all to do is stack your money and wear condoms. That's it. That's all I got.
I'm gonna tell you to stack some silver and gold before it gets too high. Not financial advice.
At all.
Silver.
That's why I said overall,
peak.
Stack your money. Period. However, which way you go with that information. You've been given some good information. You know, we can hold your hand, but we can't take you across the street. That's on you, rap. But when I say wear condoms, I don't mean sexually. I mean protect your life. Make sure there is a condom around the decisions you're making. Metaphorically, you know.
In his own way.
You got to diversify your bonds. Yeah. No, but yeah. Make sure you take care of your loved ones. Talk to them hard-headed elderly people that's in your life that's basically discovering these apps where you can bid on stuff and get it for the low, and you're ordering stuff every week. Watch them people. Watch them folks that just keep applying for them damn credit cards because they keep saying they can get them. You know, put an arm around those old elderly folks that's in your life, man, that's just trying to live out their second childhood with new credit lines and new interest and winning stuff that they really just paying for in the long run and they may not need.
Or the buy now, pay later on pizzas and whatever else. So,
all of that. Yeah. Watch them people that's trying to Klarna some damn Pop-Tarts and shit like that. Like, watch them folks. Make sure they, making better decisions. That's all I got for y'all right now.
I'm not gonna pay $6 for them Pop-Tarts when I can pay $2 a week. Why would I pay $6 if I can pay $2 a week?
How about we get some fruit and do away with that bush? Yeah.
Crazy.
$2 a week.
They not taking my leg, and that's it.
What?
He talking about diabetes.
They not cutting my leg, and that's it.
I feel like This Is a Doctor Now, which is one of my favorite shows. But shout out to y'all for sticking around with us, even though we had started later than we wanted. But we still come to y'all every Friday night with that late night drip. Sometimes it's super duper late night drip. We appreciate you dripping with us. So go ahead and hit that like button if you haven't. Hit that subscribe button. Tell 2 people you like and someone you don't, because you won't regret this. I am your co-host, Jim Jones. And along with me is my brother.
My man, Plain Dame. One more line. Big Mama, your arm. That's all I got.
Gone.
Hey, yo. And in the background is Cash.
Speaking of bare arms, I'm Cash's Pay.
And we out of here, y'all. So we'll catch y'all next Friday night with that late night drip. We appreciate you. Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't, and we will see y'all next Friday. We out of here.
Feel the rhythm already there. Drip, drop, our daily flow. Drip, drip, Gem and Dame, you already know. Drip, drop, watch the city glow. One more time, let's take it slow. Skyline kisses the moonlit tide. Cool breeze follows, take that ride. We're glad and smooth, no need to hide. Feel the groove, feel the vibe deep inside. Baseline humming, hearts alive.